Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web. And in the last video, in our IDICBeer's challenge, I said at the end we were going to be doing this one in the next video. Well, not quite. This is just like a little update video and an unboxing video as well, because I have something new that I'd like to share. But before we talk about that, let's go talk about these. What I'm going to do before we're doing anything else is put these to one side, because we're not going to be doing them as yet. What we're going to be doing instead is, as you can see on your man here, the whatchamacallit has been put on, the basing material has been put on, and what we want to do now is to paint it, and that is when I can find my Steel Legion drab. Okay, so there's not much left in this one, so I'm not going to be faffing about too much. I'll just get a little bit on our palette and just slap it on. Like so. You can tell I've tried to make it look as though it's earth that has been pushed up around the base of this. A little bit of scenic stuff. So almost as though the little structure here has been embedded through time. There we go. So that's that bit done. Now we can't do anything else with that for the time being, but what we can do is something I decided on after seeing the last video. This stuff looks a little bit plain, don't you think? So what I'm going to do as well is, using the newcomers we got, which I think I've just got the, yes I have, I got the wrong one, which would be the Screaming Pink and the Emperor's Children. The Screaming Pink, we're just going to go over the thing at the end, the knobbly bit at the end, like so. Dee 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 dee. That's that done. Next, what I want to do is, and I haven't got the paint out, so I'm going to have to get some, using the iron breaker. Just touching on the raised areas, just to there's nothing there. We want to go all around the raised areas. We don't want to just stop at the top part. So this is with the iron breaker. I won't have to watch myself dragging my arm down too much, because I've noticed in the last couple of videos I've got the habit of bringing the model a bit too close to me and not keeping it on camera. I apologise for that, but I hope it's not spoiling your enjoyment of the videos too much. You can still see how the effect looks, even though you can't see how I've done it. So that is what I want to do here. Next, what we're going to be doing is on the purpley bit, or pinky bit that we did at the bottom, using our lighter Screamer pink, sorry, Emperor's Children pink. We're just going to add a spot of the pink to the top of that, just like so. And then what's going to happen is when that dries, we'll go over that knobbly bit on the base of the staff with powder coat, make it nice and shiny. Is that's dry? It's not fully dry, but as it stands, I don't think it's going to cause too much problems in what I want to do, because when I go around the edge, there's not much. That's what I put bronze, I don't want that one. It's Rhinox hide I'm looking for. And there wasn't much on my palette left, so I just have to get some more. And so far, what am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? Oh yeah, so far I haven't done a video for a couple of days, and the paint that's on my wet palette is still usable in the most part. The paint that's there anyway, unlike the Rhinox hide. I haven't actually, or the pink that I used for the base of the staff, that has been left on my palette for a couple of days since my last video. I think it was Monday when I did them. It's now Friday, so it's not just a couple of days, it's a few days has gone by, and I still have usable paint on my palette. So yes, if you ask my opinion, yes, a wet palette is now advisable, especially if you want to make longer use of your colours. And you need one that's sealed as well, that you can cover up. You don't have to buy one, you could always get a little one of these plastic, the solid plastic A4 folders, and use one of those. It's like a box, A4 tray box. You can just use, well, it doesn't have to be A4, it can be any, so as long as it's a flat box with a sealed lid, it will work. Yep, that's that bit done. That was just the hard coat that I've put over. Too busy talking to actually tell you what I'm doing. Oh, no change there then. And finally, with Screaming Skull, well, actually it's not finally, because we have one more stage after this to do, and then it's finally. So it's let's see, just making sure that I didn't have too much paint on my brush, and there we are, just wipe up. And as you can see, I'm not using one of the dry brushes for this. I'm just using my finger brush, because we're not doing a proper dry brush. It's not going over anything rough, so we're not going to be damaging any of the bristles. In fact, in some areas I'm tapping like I did in that one. There we go. And that's that bit. The final bit we're going to be doing on that, once the Screaming Skull has dried, is go over it with Agrax Earthshade to tie it in with all the others. But before we do any of that, let's put him away for a few seconds. So I said we have a little bit of an unboxing. Ta-da! I'm doing this in this video because it ties in with our painting challenge. This is what we have. What the hell is it, you say? Well, here's Nemrath. Nemrath's presence on Nexus Psi indicates just how serious the Asterians believe the threat posed by the planet to be. Though he is normally present simply to observe the conduct of the campaign, he is a fearsome warrior and will not hesitate to take the field if he deems it necessary. At least, that's what it says here. So we have Nemrath. Let's take him out of the box and have a look at what we have. And I'm saying box quite wrongly, but it's a blister, not a box. There we are. So that's a picture of him. And if that is his card, then oh whoopee. I'll go through my other cards and see if I have a proper card for him. I'll not be impressed if that's the actual card. Mind you saying that, they just get placed down, don't they? It's not as if they're going to get shuffled into a deck and drawn out, is it? As you can see, white metal figure. It's a 3-piece figure. There is some washing and stuff to do with this fella. I'm hoping you can see what we have. And when I said there's some washing to do, all I do is just get some warm water, a little bit of washing up liquid in it, and put it in there, soak it for a bit, and then get an old toothbrush out and whatchamacallit, and just give it a oh, what am I saying? What am I saying? And just give it a scrub over. There is a lot of flashing on this and stuff to tart up. That bit is fine, but the hole on this side isn't. In fact, there isn't a hole on this side. There's just like a little square bit that isn't deep enough for the little square bit on his arm to go into. As you can see, so I'm going to have to trim that down a little bit. But he's there. I think this is going to be done in 3 stages, and then we have our usual kind of base here to pop him into. So nothing really fancy is going to be happening with this fella, but there we are. We have Nemrath. Oh, have a look at his stop points again. Now you think about now, after all the Deadzone stuff that I've been doing over the last few months, that I'd be able to actually tell you what these things do. I'm too busy painting to actually learn how to play the game. That's the unfortunate thing. I have played once, and I just cannot remember. Oh, it's that. Yeah, it's that bad. It is. Don't mean the game. I mean my my memory levels. My memory levels are that bad. The game was absolutely fantastic as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoyed playing. I just don't remember anything about it. That's the problem. But there we are. We have Nemrath. We have yet another Asterian to our collection. He probably won't be included in our painting challenge, but you never know, depending on how quick I can get him sorted. He may make an appearance, but I've got a week to go, so anything's possible. Anything is possible. But there we are, there's Nemrath. Okay, now back to Yonmon. Back to Yonmon, as they say. And let's get our Graxearth shade on the job. Yeah, we have enough in here just to do what we need to do. It's not a big job, it's just blap 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 blap. So yeah, that's all we're doing with that. It just darkens the base down, ties everything in, and gets rid of some of the little streaks that you can get from the dry brush. That is that. Now what I would like to do as well, if I have the overwhelming skill to do so, which to be honest I doubt, but I would have a try anyway. What I'm looking for are brushes. I'm looking for these brushes because they've got a really fine tip. Because standard brush, fine detail brush, okay? So we don't want those, we want this one, the fine detail brush. And we want to bring him back. And with him, what I want to do is add some of this pink into these areas. I'm going to get some more pink on the palette because I'm beginning to run out, so there's not all that much left, so bear with me a second. And while this is still on my brush, I'm going to go so that's that done. We'll wash that brush out, and now back to our little brush, a little highlighted brush, not highlights, fine detail brush. We get paint on the brush, and all of these little areas are going to get filled in, and these little lines. Like so. I think what I may do with the next one is actually paint these pink first of all, and then dry brush over with the metal and paint around these lines. It's going to be much easier doing it that way than doing it this way. And that's what we're going to be doing all the way around. Once we've done that, I'm just going to show you roughly what I'm doing, and I can show you, I can get it done then, and then because it's going to be very boring to watch, I'm afraid, even with high speed. And what I'm then going to do is just go over a few little spots, a few little areas in the middle of it with the paler pink, just to act as like a not so much a highlight, but showing that there's more heat being generated in that area. A little in the middle of it, just to break it up, like so, and then right in the middle. I'm just going to have to wash my brush because it's all clumped up at the end, but that's what we're going to planning on doing with this. Oh dear, not all that much long to go now. Oops. And I'm not really fussed if I get any of this pink on the surrounding areas, because I'm going to go around them again with the iron breaker. There we are. I think that is all. Oops, nope, this one here at the front. And the idea is, if that's not done there rather, always find places I miss just when I think I've finished. So we just want to go and I'm not really fussed about getting the pink on the metal parts, because I'm going to go around now with the iron breaker and go around all the areas. So where is my iron breaker? Here we are. And we'll get some of this. This is the one we're using. You've seen it before. Iron breaker, iron breaker, iron breaker. What a weird name for a paint. But I think I prefer the old name of bolt gun metal. About it. I think I can't see any more areas that need doing. So there we are. That's that bit finished. That's the overseer finished. I'm just going to have to wait for it to dry a little bit so I can go over that bit that I accidentally painted. Just remind myself where it is. There. In fact, do I have to wait? I don't think I do. I can just. So this shows how easy it is to paint something or to correct. I'm not saying mistakes, because in painting we don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents. We make adjustments. There we are. That's that done. That's that done. That's that done. What we need to do now is just finish off. I'm hoping I'll be able to get the next of these automated drones done over the next couple of days, and then that's my Facebook. That's my IDICBeer challenge completed for January. I'm assuming it just runs through to the end of January. I don't know whether it carries on or how to carry on after. No doubt Mr. Beer would actually correct me if I'm wrong on that, but as it stands, we're going to be doing another one of them definitely in the next video, because that's all that needs doing. So until then, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.